Have you recently inherited a home in Northeast Florida and you wondered, how long is this going to take? It's a common question and one that carries a lot of weight when emotions, deadlines, and responsibilities are involved. Or maybe you're the personal representative for an estate and you're asking, what's the timeline from the day the owner passes away to when the property finally sells? When there's legal paperwork, probate court involvement, possible heirs, creditors, repairs, the clock starts ticking and you want clarity. Hi, I'm Matt with Jacksonville Probate Services, and I'll walk you through a realistic timeline for selling a house during probate in Florida, specifically for smaller estates and larger ones. And we'll uncover what speeds things up, what slows things down, and how you can position yourself to get the transaction done more smoothly. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear picture of what to expect, what to do, and how to avoid unnecessary delays. Let's jump in. What's a typical timeline? In Florida, when we're talking probate and selling a house, the average is about 4 to 8 months from the date of death to closing. But, and this is important, there are two main types of probate that make a big difference in how quickly the sale can happen. Summary administration. This is for smaller estates. For example, when the total value is under around $75,000 or the person died more than 2 years ago. This process can run about 3 or 6 months. Formal administration is required for larger or more complex estates. This one typically takes 6 to 8 months or more from start to finish. So when you inherit a property, the timeline is heavily influenced by whether you fall under the faster summary route or the fuller formal route. What are the key steps and where delays happen? Here are the stages you'll typically go through and the spots that you can influence. Filing the petition for administration. With attorney help, this often takes 1 to 7 days. Appointment of the personal representative, immediate in summary, but maybe 2 or 4 weeks in formal. Notice to creditors. Florida law requires a 30-day notice period. You can use this time, but you can't skip it. Inventory, appraisal, authority to sell. If the will already grants the authority to sell real estate, you save a lot of time. If not, you might need a separate court order that could add 2 to 6 weeks. Marketing the property. Once you have authority, you're into the normal home sale timeline. For example, listings, showings, offers, inspections, closing. With cash buyers, this can take a couple of weeks to 30 days, but with financing it, it might be 30 to 45 days. What's key? Parallel processing. While the legal side is underway, notice to creditors, inventory, etc., you can already be prepping the house, researching the market, interviewing agents. The more you do before you actually are authorized to sell, the faster you can hit the go button once you have that authority. What speeds it up or slows it down? If you're hoping for faster, here's what helps and what to avoid. Qualifying for summary administration if the estate value allows. That alone can cut months off your timeline. Selling the property as is to a cash buyer who understands probate. Fewer repairs, fewer financing delays, and sometimes you're closing in just days to a couple of weeks. Marketing early during the creditor notice period, so you're ready when you get the green light. Working with professionals experienced in probate real estate, the right attorney, the right realtor, helps avoid missteps and delays. These are some things that could slow things down. The will doesn't clearly give the personal representative authority to sell real estate, then you're in court for approval, adding weeks. Multiple heirs who cannot agree on price, terms, or whether to sell at all. Remember, disagreements equal delays. Unknown or late creditor claims or liens that must be resolved before closing. The property needs repairs, has financing problems for the buyer, title issues, all the usual home sale headaches plus probate adds extra. So what should you do? Since you're working through this in Northeast Florida, here's a starter action plan. Get clarity on which probate process applies, summary or formal, it does matter. Check the will or the estate documents for explicit sale authority. If you're unsure, consult a probate attorney early. Start prepping the property now, condition, comps, marketing plan, while legal stuff is already underway. Interview a real estate team experienced with probate sales, someone who knows the local market, the legal side, and can move quickly. Consider a cash buyer option if your goal is speed and you're okay with perhaps a lower price for less hassle. Keep the family and the heirs involved and aligned early. Disagreement is one of the biggest time wasters. Stay responsive, sign documents quickly, make decisions promptly, avoid letting items linger. The more you stall, the more likely you drift into the formal timeline zone. So in short, yes, you can move relatively quickly when selling a house during probate in Florida, especially if you check the right boxes early. But be realistic. For larger estates or complicated situations, 6 to 8 months is a more reasonable expectation. If you want to talk through your specific property, your timeline, your options, especially here in the Jacksonville or Northeast Florida area, I'd be happy to help guide you through it. Thanks for watching. If this has been helpful, subscribe and follow for more insights on probate, estates, and real estate strategy. Feel free to reach out with your questions, and let's get your inherited home moving forward with clarity, speed, and confidence.